Trump, the man who transformed America in just one term.
Together, we will make America great again.
This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration, period.
Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts.
The 5-year ban that I've been talking about a lot, it's not a Muslim ban. They're now putting it into effect.
From historic tax cuts and bringing jobs back to securing the nation's borders, his first term was a series of undeniable achievements. But the story doesn't end there.
The forgotten men and women of our country will be forgotten no longer. The time for empty talk is over. Now arrives the hour of action. From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. Every decision will be made to benefit American workers and American families. America will start winning again, winning like never before. I will fight for you with every breath in my body, and I will never, ever let you down. Do not allow anyone to tell you that it cannot be done. No challenge can match the heart and fight and spirit of America. We will not fail. Our country will thrive and prosper again. Your voice, your hopes, and your dreams will define our American destiny. When America is united, America is totally unstoppable.
In 2020, Trump faced a major setback when he lost the election. Yet for him, this wasn't the end, but merely a challenge. Could a 20-24 comeback allow Trump to reclaim it all and once again shape America's future? Let's explore what Donald Trump accomplished in his first term, the lessons learned from the 2020 defeat, and the bold ambitions for his second journey. Can America become great once again? Welcome to Faces of History. Here we uncover fascinating stories from the past and dive into the lives of legendary figures who shaped the course of world history. If you're passionate about history and the incredible journeys of those who made it, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Let's embark on this inspiring journey through time together. Achievements of Donald Trump's first term. Donald Trump's first term marked a tumultuous chapter in American history. Amid controversies, he achieved undeniable milestones. Let's dive into the key highlights that defined his presidency. 1. Economy, driving robust growth. Historic tax cuts. With the passage of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act in 2017, Trump enacted the largest tax overhaul in decades. Corporate taxes, reduced from 35% to 21%, encouraging companies to reinvest in higher. Personal taxes. Adjusted brackets allowed millions of Americans to keep more of their income. Record low unemployment. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, unemployment hit a 50-year low of 3.5% in February 2020. Notably, unemployment rates for African Americans, Hispanics, and Asian Americans reached historic lows. Stock market surge. Under Trump, key stock indices like the S&P 500, Dow Jones, and NASDAQ hit record highs, reflecting strong investor confidence in his economic policies. 2. Trade policy, negotiating from strength. USMCA, replacing NAFTA. Trump renegotiated NAFTA, which he called a disaster for American workers, replacing it with the USMCA, United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement. Required automakers to use at least 75% North American parts. Increased minimum wages for Mexican workers, benefiting American labor. Trade war with China. Trump imposed tariffs on hundreds of billions of dollars in Chinese imports to reduce the trade deficit and protect U.S. industries. Outcome: many U.S. companies began moving production out of China, reducing dependence on its economy. For Trump, America always came first. These new trade deals not only created jobs, but also safeguarded domestic manufacturing. 3. Immigration and border security. Building the border wall. Trump completed over 450 miles of the border wall with Mexico, a cornerstone of his 2016 campaign promise. Enhanced technology, equipped with advanced sensors and drone surveillance to curb illegal immigration. Strict immigration policies. Remain in Mexico program. Required asylum seekers to wait in Mexico instead of entering the U.S. visa restrictions. Prioritize merit-based immigration over family-based systems. 4. Foreign policy. Tough negotiations and diplomacy. North Korea summits. Trump became the first U.S. president to meet directly with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Singapore, 2018, and Vietnam, 2019. Result, while long-term agreements weren't reached, tensions eased, raising hopes for peace on the Korean peninsula. Hardline stance on Iran. He withdrew the U.S. from the Iran nuclear deal, JCPOA, and reinstated harsh sanctions to isolate Iran internationally. Pressure on NATO allies. Trump demanded NATO members increase defense spending, emphasizing that the U.S. would no longer shoulder the bulk of the alliance's financial burden. 5. Judicial reform, shaping the future. Trump appointed over 200 federal judges, including 3 Supreme Court justices, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. His appointees will influence decisions on gun rights, immigration, and social issues for decades to come. 6. Rapid response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Operation Warp Speed. Trump spearheaded the accelerated development of COVID-19 vaccines, leading to the first doses being distributed by late 2020. Economic support. He signed the $2 trillion CARES Act, providing financial aid to individuals, businesses, and hospitals nationwide. Despite criticism of his pandemic response, Trump pushed unprecedented efforts to support the economy and fast-track vaccine development. From the economy and security to foreign policy, Donald Trump's first term left a lasting mark. Whether you agree or disagree, no one can deny that he reshaped America in his own way. But are these achievements enough to bring him back to the White House in 2024? Stay tuned to explore what's next. Donald Trump's vision for a second term. Donald Trump left a bold and decisive mark in his first term. A second term, if successful, promises an even larger vision, not just to restore America, but to shape its future role on the global stage. 1. A strategic approach to global conflicts, redefining America's role. Limiting endless wars. America first. Trump has repeatedly criticized ineffective military interventions of previous administrations. In his first term, he withdrew troops from Afghanistan, emphasizing ending endless wars, avoiding unnecessary financial and human costs in regions without direct strategic value, refocusing efforts, prioritizing competition with strategic rivals like China and Russia over prolonged Middle East engagements. Middle East strategy, standing firm against Iran, imposing stricter sanctions to cut off Iran's financial resources, strengthening alliances with Israel and Gulf nations like Saudi Arabia to counter Iran's influence, maintaining regional peace, building on the success of the Abraham Accords, which normalized relations between Israel and several Arab nations. Trump could expand this initiative for broader regional stability. Relations with Russia and the Ukraine war. Peace through strength, leveraging America's military dominance to push Russia toward peaceful negotiations. Mediation role. Trump has claimed that if re-elected, he could quickly broker peace in the Ukraine conflict. If I were president, this war would end in 24 hours. Countering China in the Indo-Pacific, South China Sea and Taiwan, increasing military and diplomatic support for allies like Taiwan, Japan, and the Philippines to challenge China's expansion, providing advanced weapons and military training, boosting U.S. naval presence in the South China Sea, strengthening alliances, promoting partnerships like the Quad Alliance, U.S., Japan, India, and Australia, to curtail China's regional influence. North Korea diplomacy. Continuing historic talks with Kim Jong-un, Trump could pursue further economic agreements to persuade North Korea to denuclearize, maintaining a firm stance. No concessions if North Korea continues to threaten regional security. global counterterrorism, precision strikes over ground troops, focused on targeted drone strikes to eliminate groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda, allied cooperation, sharing responsibilities with international partners in counterterrorism efforts, flexibility in approach. Trump's leadership style shows a willingness to alternate between confrontation and collaboration. Confrontation, imposing sanctions or military action when necessary. Collaboration, open to negotiations with any country if it benefits the U.S. 2. Economic recovery and strengthening domestic production. Boosting domestic manufacturing. Trump aims to reduce U.S. reliance on global supply chains, especially from China. Proposals include tax incentives, encouraging companies to bring production back to the U.S. through reduced tax rates and financial support. Infrastructure investment, building modern factories and industrial zones to create jobs. Advancing America's energy sector, expanding domestic energy production of oil and natural gas to reduce reliance on imports. Balancing economic growth with environmental protection through investment in clean energy and modern technologies. Cutting regulatory barriers, simplifying regulations to make it easier for businesses to expand and hire. 3. Strengthening national security and securing borders. Finishing the border wall. Trump promises to add hundreds more miles to the U.S.-Mexico border wall, integrating advanced technology like surveillance sensors and 24/7 drone monitoring to curb illegal immigration. Merit-based immigration system. Transitioning to a skills-based immigration system to prioritize high-skilled workers. Cybersecurity investments. Strengthening defenses against cyber attacks from adversaries like China and Russia to protect critical infrastructure and national data. 4. Restoring America's global leadership. Standing firm against China. Maintaining economic pressure with additional tariffs on Chinese goods. Deepening economic partnerships in the Indo-Pacific to counterbalance China's influence. Renegotiating global agreements. Reassessing trade and military pacts to ensure the U.S. isn't taken advantage of. Peace through strength. Increasing defense budgets to build a more modern and formidable military, deterring any challenge to U.S. dominance. Negotiating without concessions with adversaries like Iran and North Korea. 5. Protecting freedoms and traditional values. Fighting cancel culture. Advocating for free speech and religious freedom. Proposing laws to protect individuals and organizations from being targeted over political or cultural views. Preserving family and education values. Promoting educational programs that emphasize American history and values while opposing divisive ideologies. 6. National unity and prosperity. Healing social divisions. Working to reduce political and social polarization. Building a self-sufficient and strong America. Creating jobs, improving infrastructure, and raising living standards for all citizens. Positioning America back as a global leader in economics, military power, and culture. Donald Trump's second term is more than a promise. It's a vision to build a strong, independent, and united America. Can he deliver on these ambitious goals? Only time will tell. What do you think of Trump's first-term accomplishments? Can he achieve these bold promises in a second term? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this content insightful, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth political stories about the leaders shaping the world. Let's continue exploring unique perspectives on the most critical events shaping our future.